camera on tonight because like I'm not looking my best. Like, honey, the bar is set. Okay, here we are. Please turn your cameras on. There is no excuse if this is the bar for tonight. Okay, we're showing up in our jammies. We're showing up with DIY bangs that were cut. Bad decision, don't recommend. We're showing up braless. Okay, so this is where we're at tonight. We're just gonna get the goods, and it doesn't matter how we look because it's fine. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are loved. We're so happy that you're here. And we are so excited to get the tea tonight. And this is going to be literally fire. I don't even know if you guys know what's going to happen, but get ready. Get your notebooks, get a pen, get whatever it is that you can get to write down every single word that's about to be spoken, because these 5 girls have incredible tips for you tonight. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. So we're just going to hop right into it. If you don't know who we're listening to tonight, these are the top 5 distributor enrollers for the year 2020 of Freedom Legacy. You guys, these girls have answered the call. The call is get as many people to love this business like you do. And these girls have gotten out and gotten the job done. If you're interested in signing distributors, if you're interested in growing your team, these are the girls that you are going to want to listen to and learn from. So I'm excited. I know you guys are too, and I cannot wait to hop in and get all these tips. So Ashley Locken, will you go ahead and unmute yourself? You guys, Ashley is an incredible enroller on our team. She has a brand new little baby who's such a sweetheart, and she gets the job done each and every day, no excuses. So Ashley, I would love to know, how is it, you guys, when we talk about cracking the code in certain areas, Ashley has cracked the code on Instagram host to post. So she is going to share with us how she's cracked the code on Instagram host to post and what other resources and kind of mindsets that she uses to seal the deal. Ashley, take it away.
Okay, so first I have a whole list of things here, and they kind of all go hand in hand. So you can't just, take one thing and do just that one thing. You have to do all of them for it to work and for it to be successful. But the first thing I wanted to touch on was, this is kind of silly, but I think it was like the first month I joined. I don't know if you guys remember, but you did like a like a focus group. I don't know exactly what it was, but we signed up for it or whatever. And I got partnered with you, Sarah. And I was like 3 days in, and like if you didn't do the task for the day, like you were going to be kicked out of this focus group. And I really didn't want to be kicked out of it. And we had to like explain the chart Ruby. And I remember I was like already in bed and Sarah sent me the task or something. And I'm like on my Snapchat here, like drawing out little boxes, like trying to really understand Ruby, because you had to explain it exactly to her. Otherwise, like if you didn't know the chart, like you weren't going to move forward in this group. So the first things first, like you really have to understand the charts. Like if I can say to you, like for Ruby, you need 2000 group volume, you need 3 legs, they all need to be 400 GV. Like if I can explain the whole Ruby thing to you and you're kind of confused, you need to figure it out, because if you don't know the charts, you're not going to understand what you need. And if you don't know what you need, you're not going to know where you're going. So that's the first thing, is to really understand the charts. Like print them out, take the time. If you don't know what GV is, figure it out. If like ask your enroller. If you don't know what BV is, ask your enroller. Or like go through eSuite document library. Like there's so many resources. So that's the first thing I would say. Once you know the charts, I want you have to have your charts out in front of you. So if you're going Ruby this month, you need to have your Ruby chart out in front of you. And if you have no distributors under you, you need to draw, like write the number 3 at the top of your chart. You need 3 distributors to go Ruby. You need to know what you need. And not only that, but I always say to have your next chart out too. So if you're going Ruby this month and you have your 3 distributors, have your Emerald chart out too, because you're not done. Your job's not done. You still have to find your distributors for next month. And so I always say to make sure that you have each chart, like, or your next chart out in front of you too. And once you have all that and you know what you need, you just need to decide that you're going to do it. Once you decide, the confidence is going to follow. You're not going to be confident in doing it before you actually do it. And so deciding that you are going to do it, and the confidence follows. And then the next thing that I have that completely changed the game for me in July, I made the Google form, the milkshake application, and you can just search in Freedom Legacy Google Forms. You'll find a tutorial of Zach Hayes. He did a video on it. And then the milkshake is just an app that you download. And I think like Claire, you have it, Lindsay has it, I have it. So you can just go look at ours and basically just copy it, or, you know, kind of make it your own, but just make one. Like, don't make one by Sunday. Don't not have one of these, because it's completely changed the game for me. I think I have like, I would say probably like 80% of my DTs come from my application. So it makes it so much easier than, you know, not having that, because it's something that you can go to. You can talk about it in your stories. You can show that people are filling it out. It's just, it's magical. So make sure you have that. And then I have that in my Instagram bio. And then I also post it whenever I post on Facebook about the opportunity. And then I want to just see who is using Instagram like all out 100%. They use Instagram. Put a 1 in the chat. If you're not really using it, or you're kind of 50%, put a 2. Okay. Okay. So I started using Instagram in May of 2019, and it was right after my wedding. I decided after my wedding I'm gonna start using Instagram. I had gone triple just using Facebook, and I was ready to just dive into Instagram. And like so many people, I feel like just like they're just not ready to do it, or they don't feel like they're going to get this instant gratification from it, so they just kind of push it off. But I'm telling you, Instagram's where it's at. And I get all of my distributors from Instagram. I get maybe 1% of my distributors from Facebook. And so I just decided like I'm gonna just commit to doing it. I remember I was just using it as like, I'd throw up some stories, I'd throw up a post, and I didn't really know what was going on over there. I'm like, oh, Instagram doesn't work, I don't get anything from it. But I wasn't dedicating my time and effort to it. So once I started doing that, I started like kind of playing around with things. I made sure I was posting every day, following every day. I started with like 800 followers, and now I have like 11.4K followers. And that happened over time from never giving up. If I never dedicated my time to it, I'd still be sitting there with like 1,000 followers, and I'd be lost on what to do. So you just have to start and just keep doing it every single day. And you're going to thank yourself a year from now, because you're going to have this whole huge platform where you can bring in distributors, bring in customers. Like it's, and what I love about Instagram is it's unlimited. Like Facebook, you're stuck at 5,000, then you have to delete or whatever. But anyways, so I started doing the host to post. I don't know when, but I started doing it, and I just would go through whoever liked my opportunity post, and I would just say, hey, tell them about the giveaway, just like we do on Facebook, ask them to put up a host to post for me, and then they would put it in their story. And it's just like a little graphic I could show you guys. It's super basic. I probably need to update it, but hold on. Probably should have had this pulled up, but well, I'll show you my new one. Oh, it's right here. So it's just really basic, and I can send the wording after that it says, or post a picture or something in the team page. But and I have my phone number on there, and all I do is I used to just go through and message the people that liked my post, and I would say, hey, will you put up a post for me? Then I figured out that you could sort your followers on Instagram like by the letter. So I would just go to who's following me, and I'd type the letter A, and then I would just message 100 people. That was my goal for the day. It's just 100 people, message 100 people. And then I would get up 10 host to post usually. And when I do that consistently every single day, I get probably like 5+ text messages. And then not only that, but people are seeing the host to post on other people's pages, and then they come and follow me. But since my milkshake application is right in my bio, they're all filling out the milkshake application. So that's kind of what I was doing with that. But the important thing with that is you always have to be growing your network and posting, because if you're not doing that, you're going to run out of people to message, and then it just isn't really going to work out. But the other thing I just kind of wanted to say, and this is kind of a funnel into what other people will talk about, but with TikTok, I've been doing my giveaway videos over there. And like, I think in the last 2 days, I got like 2,000 followers, and I can't even keep up with all the people messaging me, so I don't need to message anymore for it. I don't need to message and ask people to host a post for me. But if I were to, that's what I would do. I would message 100 people a day. So I really encourage you to start working on your Instagram and like what I really like too is that Instagram, I get my distributors, Facebook, I get my customers. For me, it was super confusing to like decide who I wanted to ask on Facebook when I was only using Facebook. Like, who do I want to ask to host a post or join the team? Like, it was so confusing for me. So now I have it separate and it's really nice. But one more thing is I wanted to just make a note that when I did first join, I didn't use Instagram. I didn't do any of that stuff. I got all of my distributors and I went triple diamond by simply messaging people A to Z saying, hey girl, have you ever thought about making an extra income from your phone? That's all I did.
Ashley, I love it. I love it. I wanted to touch on a couple of things that you said, but first, just really quickly, how are you gaining influence on Instagram? How are you finding more people to follow, more people to message, not running out of people, specifically on Instagram?
So that was like right after my wedding. I think I just like, I watched a ton of YouTube videos because I didn't know how to use Instagram, but I would just go to the Discover tab and I think I searched like a bunch of wedding venues because I had just gotten married and I went to like their Instagrams and then I would go to the picture and follow the people that liked it. And then I think I did like places I want to go to. So I just searched like my pillars. Like I like to travel, I like coffee, I like online boutiques. So I went to online boutiques and followed all the girls that liked the pictures in there. And eventually, once you keep doing that, Instagram's going to pick up on the people that you want to follow or whatever. And so when I'd go to my Discover page or whatever it's called, it would just be a bunch of couples and like boutiques and all this. So it was so easy to just pick out people. And now when I scroll my timeline, it's just couples, babies, boutiques, and I can just simply go to the people that like it. It's so simple now because Instagram feeds that to you. So once you figure out your pillars and what you want, like who you want to market to, just search that, look for hashtags and go follow the people that like that stuff too.
I love it. I love it. I hope that you guys, like, I feel like this is such a good way to kick everything off. Ashley, you are just like, you have like this calm presence around you. Like, I can tell you just like, you got this baby, you're doing your schedule, you're doing your thing. And that just like speaks to me. You guys, it's simple. What Ashley does is so simple. She has her systems in place that work for her, She's got Milkshake. If you guys don't have your Milkshake application, all figured out, if you have tried and you don't get it, don't not get it. Make it like find somebody to help you with it. It's really, really simple, and get it in your bio. Put it in the comments of every single business post because that gets people interested and in the door. And if you're not using that, you're missing out. That's a system that will work for you. Another thing, Ashley, that you said, and I stand by this, if you do not have your chart out with empty boxes in it, you will not enroll like you can enroll. She started with that, you guys. She came out at the gate and said, this is so important. I need to say this first. I hope you didn't miss it. Get your charts out so that you can get those people in your business. And then don't run out of people. Don't run out of them. Ashley said, if you're not getting 100 people coming to you every day, then she's messaging 100 people. You got to do it one way or the other. If you're not talking to new people every day, you're not going to be able to have the opportunity to sign distributors. Ashley, thank you so much. I know this is late for you. Ashley goes to bed like right on the crack of 8 o'clock. So we really appreciate you being on. Go get some sleep with your little babe, and we appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So one thing I love about Claire, she is up next. She is hyping everybody up in the comments of Zoom all day long. If somebody says something that resonates with her, she's going to type it in there. So she's about to speak about how she has blown up TikTok and how that has really expanded her business. How she's been able to pivot from really building on Facebook and Instagram into now building so much on TikTok. And I want to see you guys hyping her up in the chat like she does for us so much. Put those little notes that she has, put those little like things that she says that stick out to you, and show her that you're listening, because it's always, I love it whenever she does it when I'm talking. Claire, so I saw a lot of people commenting about Instagram when Ashley was talking about Instagram. Oh, I don't know much about Instagram. It's confusing. I'm lost with it. I know that whatever questions they have about Instagram, you're about to answer about TikTok, and it's the same thing. I know you've had to overcome some stuff to really start building on TikTok like you're doing. Will you talk about that and how it's completely transformed your business and why you love it so much?
Yeah, you guys, I've been having so much fun with TikTok, and I think I've shared it here and there, but maybe not in as formal of a team training, but I just have enjoyed TikTok so much. Like, it's just brought so much fun to my business and something new to build. Like, I definitely am a creative person. I like to try new things. I just think I have fun with like trying new things. And so when TikTok first came out, I got into it and I did a bunch of videos and I just kind of got discouraged right away. And so I just sort of stopped. And then over the summer, I decided to try again, and I did a really quick TikTok of myself and my kids. And it blew up. It went to 1.3 million over the matter of a couple of days. And then I posted it on Reels and it did 1.5 million over on Reels. So between the two platforms, I had 3 million views on this one video within a matter of days. Views, that's how many views it had. And it just like blew up. And all of a sudden, I was getting all of these influencer applications and people interested in my business. But here's the key. My video had nothing to do with my business. It was simply me showing that I had a lot of kids in a matter of just a few years. And you guys, so funny, crazy side note, but this is how crazy this platform is. I literally was getting interviewed by a TV producer for the potential to do a TV show about our family from the video. Like, it literally, this is a platform that's blowing up so quickly. And if you look at my social media, I have been building my Instagram for 5 years and obviously my Facebook for even longer. I have the most followers on TikTok out of any of my platforms. And it's just so crazy how it's been able to grow just because I've had a lot of fun with it. And so I do like business TikToks, and I've shared that, but I truly feel like there is a lane on TikTok for sharing what's unique about you and your life. For me, it's semi-unique that I had a lot of kids close together. And so that's something that I try to capitalize on by sharing about. I talk about how I got married young. And so kind of think about what are those things, and this can help from getting your pillars. I know that Ashley talked a bit about your pillars, and I did share it in the chat, but there's a worksheet now in eSuite Document Library. I'm proud to say that me and Brittany Landrum created that worksheet. We had a lot of fun with it, but there's a worksheet in your eSuite Document Library called Social Media Worksheet. And if you just search the word social in there, you'll find it. And it literally walks you through the steps of finding your pillars and what kind of makes your brand. And it's super easy and fun to do, but find those things that are unique about you and just share what you're doing, share your life. And then I truly believe that a big key on getting interaction on TikTok is interacting on TikTok, just like we know for any other platform. Here's the key for TikTok is not getting sucked in, because you can totally lose an entire day on TikTok if you're not careful. So for me, I have parameters. I look at TikTok in the shower and when I'm using the bathroom. And that, for me, there are safe parameters for me. There's only certain times of the day that I do those two things. And so there's only certain times of the day that I'm on TikTok. But when I'm on TikTok, I'm commenting. And I've shared this tip before, but I make sure that I leave really funny, relatable comments, and my comments will blow up. And then that's how I get more followers, is from people that think I'm funny in the comments. And then they want to go like stalk me and figure out who I am. And then next thing you know, they're seeing, a TikTok about my business or something like that. And I think the biggest thing for me with TikTok too was, in the beginning, I felt like I had to do these really elaborate creative videos. And I won't lie, I still feel that way. It's just part of my personality. I have a hard time with it. And so I've had to do the Mel Robbins 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just post a TikTok, even if I don't think it's perfect, even if I think I could have done better. But I feel like the more times I try it, I just kind of get in my head. But I wanted to share something really quickly about signing distributors, because that's why we're on this Zoom tonight. And I just wanted to share that I was having a conversation today with a mastermind group that I'm a part of. And there are 3 of the girls on there that have hit double ambassador, the highest rank in the company. And now their focus is just growing their paychecks so they can go Black Diamond, which, if you're newer, Black Diamond is a special title in our company when you hit $100,000 in commission every single month for 6 consecutive months. And that's their goal for 2021. And we're in this mastermind together. We're talking about how to get them there to that goal and how to get all of us to growing our paychecks. And they were talking and they were going back through their highest paychecks they've gotten. Always, 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 it's when they've signed the most distributors. That is truly how we grow our business, because your business, when you're growing it by yourself, it can grow and you can make money, right? But when you have somebody locking arms with you and growing it too, then you can make even more. And then when you bring somebody else in and lock arms with them, then you're able to make even more. And so bringing new people into this business truly, truly benefits you, and it benefits the lives that you're changing. This business has changed my whole life. If Alyssa hadn't been faithful and shared it with me in the month that she signed me and Katie Rogers, she signed like 36 people that month. She brought so many people into the business that month, and it's still rewarding her in top leaders in her business today. And so bringing in those new distributors is truly the meat of your business. And so we love enrolling customers. We'll always teach you about it, but bringing in distributors should be a massive focus of yours every single month, because that truly is how you're going to continue to grow your business. And so for me, like pivoting, I still use Facebook and Instagram. The reason I was able to be number 5, which these girls are so amazing, I've made it to number 5 by the skin of my teeth, because this team is so incredible. And so all the other girls you're hearing from tonight out enrolled me this year. And so I'm excited. I'll shut up in a second so we can just get to the rest of them. But I'm still using Facebook the same way I always have through my posts about the business. I'm still using Instagram the same way I always have. I do a lot of stories, and then I'm using TikTok as well, like I said. But with TikTok, my main goal is to get them to my Instagram, and I will close them in my stories. I want you to hear that. So I am building more credibility. I'm building more of a platform. I'm building my personal brand, if you want to call it that, so that I can get them to my Instagram, and then they watch my stories. You'll watch your story views shoot up when your TikToks are getting views. And then from there, that's how I'm signing them, by in that conversation from they reply to my stories. Well, what do you do? When I talked about my family, that's when all the young moms are following me saying, oh my gosh, I had kids really close together too. Wait a second, what do you do? Do you run a business? And then that's where you're able to build that really, really good relationship and, convert it into distributors.
I feel like that's such an aha moment for everyone, is saying, listen, I'm using TikTok to get them, and then I bring them over to my Instagram where they see it and I can seal the deal there. You guys, like, I feel like what we're going to be hearing over and over and over again tonight is just these ladies telling us how they can get their foot in the door. And then everything that they do across their entire social media is what seals the deal for them. That's why, we talk about TikTok, we talk about host the post, we talk about all these things. But when it comes down to it, it's the little consistent things that these ladies are doing every single day, posting their story every single day, making a video, being relatable, showing what they're doing during their day. Like, those are the things that have always sealed the deal, and they still are sealing the deal now. There are just some other ways that they're gathering interest from potential. So I hope that you get that. I hope that you get how simple this process has always been. These are just little ways to get your foot in the door. I love that everybody's dropping their TikTok handles. Such a cool, we always say success leaves clues. There are no clues on TikTok. It's a roadmap. Okay. This is exactly what these girls are doing second by second in their TikToks. You guys take a look, copy them. That's what they're there for. Some of the best TikToks are just copied from somebody else. Don't feel like embarrassed to do that. All right, let's hear from you, Chelsea. Miss Chelsea, I'm so excited to hear from you. Such a rock star. You guys, we're going to continue a little bit on this TikTok road. I feel like it has been a way in the last few months, especially, that people have just been gaining attention. And I got to look at Chelsea's TikTok today. You guys, it's so cute. And she's got so many videos that have just blown up about the business and also just about her life. So Chelsea, how are you converting those followers that you have on TikTok into distributors? Claire talked about that a little bit. And I know that you're experiencing a little bit of hate. How do you overcome that and move past it?
Hey y'all. Okay, I'm super excited to talk about this because right now my phone is blowing up from TikTok. Like, I can't even keep up. So how I convert them, well, first of all, TikTok, I feel like it's all about consistency, regardless of what you're posting. If you feel like your post is like ridiculous and you look ridiculous, that could be one that blows up. And so people relate to that. Like Claire said, be relatable, build that relationship. And so I made it or I made like a promise to myself that I was going to be consistent on TikTok a couple months ago. And so I just started posting. I was one of those people who like heard about it and I was watching everybody else have success on TikTok. And I was like, no, I don't think I can do this. Right. And so I know that, drop a 1 in the comments if you can relate, you feel like you cannot do TikTok, because I was there too. And so I was like, you know what, come on now, if she can do this, so can I, just like anything else, just like this business. And so I started doing it and I started being consistent. And y'all, I literally just use videos that other people in the business are doing. I just make it my own. So take other people's ideas and turn it into your own and just have fun with it. And it blows up. And so to answer your question, what I do whenever I do a business one, I do a lot of like funny ones and relatable ones and mom ones. But whenever I do a business one, I'll just tell them to fill out the application in my bio. And so if you don't have an application, like Ashley was talking about, make sure that you create that. I just used a Google form and I put it into the Milkshake app. Super, super simple. If you need any help, I would be happy to help you. My inbox is always open, but I just put my application in my bio. And I think you may have to have 1,000 followers to do that. So if that's the case and you don't, just refer them to your Instagram and tell them to message you a word. I've done that before as well, and it works perfectly. And so anyways, I have a story about so me and one of my best friends, Chelsea Crawford, I'm sure you all know her. We had these wish bracelets we put on at conference this past weekend. And of course we knew each other's wishes and we tied them on or whatever. And so whenever your bracelet falls off, your wish is supposed to come true, right? And so the night before last, my bracelet had fallen off. And I was telling my husband, I was like so disappointed because I knew that my wish wasn't coming true right then, right? And so I wake up the next morning, and for the longest time, I hadn't been praying for God to expand my territory. I had just kind of like slacked off on praying in the mornings. And so yesterday morning, I prayed. I was like, okay, God, my wish bracelet fell off and all my wishes come from you, but just please expand my territory. And I'm believing that you're going to place the people in my path that are going to take me Presidential Diamond and take this team Presidential Diamond. And so I prayed that literally just walking around my house. I wasn't on my knees, nothing. And that was the first time I had done that in a while. And I did a TikTok later that day and it blew up, and it got not 1 million like Claire's, but it's almost to 300,000 now. And I got over 1,000 applications just yesterday. And I am like so overwhelmed, you guys. But God answers prayers. So if you don't pray, and if you're not specifically praying for God to give you the people that need this business and for him to give you the people that are going to help you hit those goals, start doing it, sister, because prayer changes everything. And my business is blowing up because I've completely surrendered it over to him. And if it's his will, it's going to be done. And so that's that. But to answer your question about negativity, that TikTok that blew up and is almost at 300,000 views had so much negativity and so much hate and so many critics on it. And all I am so quick to just block and delete. I don't care what you got to say. Do you see all these people on here that need my help and need this business and need an extra income? Your little hate comment isn't going to stop me from changing all these lives. You know what I'm saying? So just get out of your head, delete and block, and keep moving forward, because so many people need what you have. And God is doing this for a reason. So you just got to delete and block. It's no big deal. Don't let the negativity get to you. Don't let it affect you. Just keep moving forward, because sorry, y'all, my texts are coming through. Ashley. Anyways, so yeah, just keep a positive mindset. Self-development, of course, is key every single morning. And I feel like that's a big thing in how I stay so positive. I'm constantly listening to sermons and worship music, and I don't feel like I can be negative whenever I have worship music blasting in the background, right? So that's really, really, that's key for me. But just ignoring it for real, like they're mad. Misery loves company, am I right? And so just delete and move on. That's all I got.
I mean, I feel like I just love hearing from you, Chelsea, because you have this vision and I can just hear it just in hearing you talk. You know, I didn't ask you like specific questions even about like, how do you keep your mind straight? But it's so clear to me that you have this like super strong vision. You know where you're going. You know what it's going to take to get there. And it doesn't matter what's going to get in your way. You're just going to get it done. And so you guys, I hope that you hear that. You know, like I said, we're talking about specific things here, but really what you're seeing is 5 women that told themselves that they were here in this business to change as many lives as they could change. So they're making that happen. No matter how they're going to make it happen, they're going to make it happen by prayer, by worship, by saying bye to the haters, by finding new ways to get out there on social media. They're going to make it happen. And you can do the same exact thing. That's on you. And you can do that. So hearing this, I hope it's inspiring you, but I hope that you're hearing the foundational truth that if you want to make this happen, you can make it happen just like they have. I love it. Thank you so much, Chelsea. All right, Katie Rogers, our organization queen. I know that we're going to get some tips from you tonight. So Katie, I want to know, what role does organization, what role does consistency have? I don't know if you guys have seen Katie's Facebook. You probably all have. This girl's out there posting like the most inspirational stuff every single day. Like, how does she not run out? I don't know. Maybe she can tell us. How does all of that have a role in signing distributors? And are you just posting on your social media? Like, because if I saw a post on your social media, I'm going to join with you. But is that all you're doing, or are you kind of behind the scenes doing more stuff too?
So I'm just going to start with, I guess, the last question you asked me. You guys, I do all the things. There is not one reason that I have been successful in this business. It's because I do all the things. Like, I cannot point. I guess one thing would be consistency. Okay. That overarching thing in my business has made me successful, but there's not just one thing that I feel like I just do and like overlook anything else. I do post because I think it's so important for people to see you. I think it's so important for people to come to your page and be able to see a consistent person. I don't think people want to go to your page and be like, oh, cool, she posted like 3 months ago, like doing this. No, I want people to look at my page and be like, dude, this girl's like on fire for her business. She posts consistently. So that's why I do it. But I will tell you, but it's the behind the scenes work, you guys. It's all of the things, okay? All the things. So I do all of the things. I feel like I thrive basically on Facebook, okay? That's been kind of like my main thing. But you guys, I do TikTok, I do Reels, I do Instagram, I do attraction marketing, I do messaging, okay? Like, why not do all the things? I don't, like, if I can sign 10 distributors a month, just attracting people to my page, why not message some people and sign 20? Why not do some Reels, do some TikTok, sign a couple more? Why not try all of the things and be as successful as you possibly can be? Why not go hard? You know, so I do all the things. Posting's great. Like Sarah said, she sees my posts. You know, I'm sure if you guys are like following me, you see that I post a lot. Is the behind the scenes things. You guys, I'm messaging a lot. I am following up a lot. I am reaching out a lot. I'm just doing all the things. I'm doing stories all the time. I think that kind of plays into staying organized. So I talk about this all the time. I love teaching people about time management. I love teaching them how to be organized in their day. And I think that really plays into you know, being successful with signing distributors, because if you're not organized, you can't follow up with people. You don't know who you've talked to and when you talked to last. I make it a really big point to just every day comb through my messages that anybody that I talk to. Okay. So this morning, I just did this in the car. We're driving. I said, okay, I'm going to go back. I got to write down everybody that I talked to yesterday because I don't want people to fall through the cracks. A lot of people that I sign, you guys, are people that I have talked to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months in a row. You know, like, I continue to follow up. And if I wasn't organized with that and I didn't have them written down, they wouldn't be my business. Most people aren't going to sign with you just snap of the fingers the first time you talk to them. It happens. Yeah. It's so amazing when it does. But a lot of the people that I sign are coming from months and months and months of follow-up. The other thing that I will just say, I'm going to reiterate what Ashley said at the very beginning of this, you guys. If you don't know where you're going, you will not sign the distributors to fill your chart. If you get to the end of the month and you don't have a chart laid out, hello, I can probably guarantee that you're not going to have signed that many distributors that month because you didn't have a plan. You know, if you fail to plan to fail. That old like quote, but it's so true. You don't have a chart out, you don't know where you're going. How are you going to know where to tell somebody else to go? How are you going to guide them when you can't even guide yourself? So you got to have your chart out. You have to have your vision clear. You have to know exactly to a T how much volume you need, what distributors you need in what spot. That's when they come. But even more so on top of that is a confident mindset. You guys, I hear so many people every day come to me, Katie, I just can't sign distributors. I'm just really not good at it. I can bring in the volume, but I just don't sign distributors. Well, duh. You have defeat all over yourself. And I promise you, when you talk to people, that comes out. I think it does. But if I was talking to somebody and you were talking to somebody, you're defeated. I'm like on fire for my business. This person comes up to you and you're like, oh, do you want to join me? Um, I think I can be like help you be successful in this. And I come in and say, girl, I got you. I can help take you triple diamond in the next couple months. We've got bonuses to go get. I know where I'm going. I can help you get where you're going. Who are you going to join with? You know, you people want to join somebody with a vision. So you got to know where you're going. You have got to come in every single day. I don't care if you have not signed a distributor in all of 2020. I don't care. You come into your next day tomorrow. I am a mass distributor enroller. I sign rock stars. Search me out. You have got to go into every conversation with that mindset, every day with that mindset, every single conversation. That's what it should be. And honestly, that is what I do. I have to hype myself up because some days, like, I will have not signed anybody for like, it'll be in a couple days or a couple weeks. And I'm like, gosh, dang it. Nope. I am a mass customer enroller. This conversation, this girl's about to be like my next ambassador. That's what I do in my head. So you guys got to hype yourself up, be your own hype girl, whatever it takes for you to get your mindset in the right place. That's when the distributors come. When the vision is there, that's when the distributors come. When you have that consistency, you're doing all the things, that's when everything comes together.
Amen. That is good, Katie. I love it. I love it so much. You guys, who's excited? Because if you're not, people can tell. You can tell on the Zoom who's excited because they're out there attracting people to that excitement. Are you, just like Katie said, are you more excited to somebody who's unsure or somebody who has the vision that they're going ambassador as soon as possible and looking for their next person to, help do the same thing? To train them to do the same thing. Who's attracted to that? That's the person I want to join. So be that person for your potentials and just start to see what happens. Hype yourself up. I love that so much. I feel like I'm definitely going to be hyping myself up and I hope you guys will too. That's incredible. So good. Thank you, Katie. All right, you guys. So you just heard from 4 of our top enrollers from last year. We are about to head to our 5th, Miss Lindsay Volker. Hey girl, how are you? You looking good tonight? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Lindsay, we are all going to take all these tips. We're doing this. We're being our own hype girl. We're getting organized. We're using every single thing. We're doing it all. We're doing all the tips. We have a list of potentials. How do we seal the deal? We've got them. We've talked to them. We've had conversations. How are we sealing the deal with them?
Hey guys, okay, so I'm Lindsay. I freaking love this business. I love distributors. I love all the things. If you don't know, Sarah's my enroller. But basically, I do just want to touch on a couple things right before because TikTok's so amazing. But what do you do when you first get started? And it's so wild because when I was #1 enroller in Freedom Legacy and actually Elite Legacy, that's when I was going diamond. And I remember being like, what? Like, how did I just do that? How was I #1? But it's just because I was so on fire that I didn't have a story yet, but I was telling them what I was going to do, where I was going, and what I was accomplishing. And that is a huge, huge key. I know it can be hard to like sit here and watch us and, we're top 5 and I think we've all probably been top 5 the year before for a while, which is still amazing because there's so many amazing successful people in this business, but we just have gotten down really good what we're doing and we love doing it. And so that vision, when I wasn't even diamond, I was like, guys, I'm going to go double by this date and earn that bonus. Like, if it's just you wanting to make $1,000 to pay for your house payment, that's a big enough vision. That's not a lie if you're not doing it, but you get to speak into existence, and that's when you're going to find the people. And so for me, I was just always speaking on it. And here's another thing: you're starting from a brand new market, and that is incredibly difficult. We might not talk about that enough. Most of us, when we got started, we didn't have 3,000 friends. I only had 200 friends on Facebook, and I went presidential diamond and I lost my Facebook and I started all over again, and I was still a top enroller. And so for me, I could have sat there and been like, hey, I have no potentials. I have no one who I'm talking to. And I still get in that funk, just like Katie said. A couple days can go. I signed 6 people right away this month, and then for a week. And then I was like, oh crap, I'm almost coming up on 2 weeks. What's happening? I don't have any people. But the thing is I just wasn't in the conversations. And every time I get into a conversation with somebody, whether that's a quick, hey girl, quick question, just like Ashley said, because we use the same message. Have you ever thought about making an income from your social media? That's literally all we ask. Hey girl, have you ever thought about making extra income from your social media? Or do you already make money from your social media? Throwing that little extra part helps if you're messaging someone and you're like, oh my gosh, actually I do something. But I am reaching out constantly, sending those messages, but I know as soon as I get somebody through the door, I can seal the deal. And I wanted to say this: drop a 1 if you join the business the first time someone asked you to join the business, or drop a 2 if it took you a while. You thought about it. You didn't join right away. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of 2s. The thing is it took me a long time. It took a lot of follow messages of Sarah in my inbox and a lot of play dates where she was too scared to talk about the business. And so the thing is you have to keep going, and someone somewhere is going to join a business like this or join someone doing it, but they're going to join the person who keeps asking them. The one, I cannot tell you how many people are like, oh yeah, Jade Hooper said this too, where someone's like, oh yeah, this girl messaged me, but she never messaged me again. She never followed up with me. I'm going to get started with you. And so how I seal the deal is basically, I'm just like, hey girl, let me look at my text messages really fast. My phone's over there, but basically I just say like, hey girl, I'm so excited to give you some information. I literally joined this business for an extra $300 and I get to stay home now. And so whether, you have that success story or you don't, totally fine. I would have just been like, oh my gosh, I joined this business to pay for my gas and groceries, and I'm so excited I can do that just from being on my phone. And then the next message is basically just like sharing some information about what we do. And guys, we have these messages everywhere. You can search a potential distributor message in any of our team pages, or just ask your enroller and we will get it to you. Then my next message is just like, we have all these products. It makes it so simple to sell. I'll list some of the products and I'm like, there's 40 different products. You can basically find what you like and you promote it that way. And then I seal the deal. And the best thing I came across was just like, getting your real estate business, you pay $3,000 for that. Getting your cosmetology license, you're paying probably $3,000. I say it's only $99, or right now I'm like, it's only $39. Normally it's $99. Like, I joined for $99. You're sitting on a gold mine. And I just tell them like, this is going to give you my one-on-one mentoring. And like I said, if you're a brand new distributor, this is going to give them access to your enroller, access to us, a top 20 team. And we get to help you. All the resources that we have, they're beautiful. And that's a huge thing too, is if you're not offering this business to people, they're missing out because they're going to join someone who's not a top 20 team. And that's just the reality of it, is like, we have everything set in place to allow people to be successful. And so I would say to you, set that goal, make sure you are messaging the 20 people. And, if you are messaging, like I said, Ashley, when she talks, I know Ashley's so dedicated because she was adding 200 people to her Instagram for every day for like a year and a half, 2 years. Like she passed me on her followers, and it's because she was more consistent and she kept doing that. But for like, I'm always consistent with my stories. You'll see a business post every single day. You're going to always see me posting not only about the products, but the business opportunity, but also what it's done and what it's going to still do. Like, I'm so happy where I'm at, but this is nowhere close to where I'm going. And I talk about that. And the thing is sometimes I think we forget that, oh my goodness, it'd be so easy if I could hold Claire's millionaire trophy. But guys, sometimes that's more difficult. It's more difficult for us to feel relatable to average people. Not average people, but like the normal people out there right now. And so I guess that would just be my tip. And when I'm talking to people, I will always, somewhere in that distributor conversation, I'm sending a voice message. I want them to know that I'm real. I want them to know that I'm relatable. I want them to know, like, holy crap, I sat on this for I went to Sarah's website 3 times and I exited it. Like 3 times. And my biggest mistake was that I didn't join this business a year sooner. Like, where would I be right now if I was coming up on my 5th year anniversary instead of my 4? And so the thing is just don't feel scared. Like, Ashley joined me in this business before I was even a double diamond, and she was one of the biggest blessings in my entire business. Sharifa joined when we didn't even know what we were doing, and bam, goes double diamond when we figured it out. And so the thing is you just never know who's going to come, who you're going to enroll, and if they're going to enroll someone who's going to completely transform your entire business. And so distributors are where it's at. You want to get those fast start bonuses. That was a huge lump sum. I remember thinking back when I was a nanny, I was only making $600 a week. And I'm like, okay, that's only 4 distributors. I have to just get fast started. And that's just where the money flows. And like, they're going to want that too. And so you do have to have a system in place. A scared person isn't going to feel comfortable signing a distributor. And so what I've been working a lot with my girls this month is like, hey guys, if you get in a conversation, put us in a chat. I'll help you. And we've been signing people together that way. And so if you just don't feel like you're ready, don't sit there by yourself. Find your upline or find their diamond and above, because I promise you, they would love to help you. I walked another girl through a conversation today and she was like, wow, that was so simple. I think we just forget how simple it is because we don't put it into text replacement really quick, or we don't type up just our 4 simple texts it takes to sign a distributor. We just don't do that. And then we get scared. And what's that quote? Like, a scared mind always says no, or a closed off mindset always says no. And so, yeah, those are just a couple of my tips.
Oh my goodness. I feel like such a proud mama right now, Lindsay. You said all that so well. I just feel like I don't know. Again, you guys, the systems are there, but Lindsay has such a belief in this business, and you can hear it through everything that she says. She talks about how this business has changed her life and about the little financial connections that she's made that help her belief in the business grow so much stronger, so that when she's talking to a potential, that's coming across loud and clear through everything that she says. So you guys, we just have about 10 minutes left. I would love to just kind of go through whoever else is still on here. Of you 5 leaders, I want to know, any closing thoughts that you have. And I also want to know from you, why do you believe in this business so much? Like, how is it that you're able to talk to people and transfer that belief? I know it's strong in you because you're able to transfer that to people so that they say yes. So go ahead and leave us with something closing. We'll go through the same order. I think Ashley Locken went off to Dreamland, which is totally fine. She's got that baby. But go ahead and just unmute yourself and share with us your belief in the business and whatever closing thoughts you have.
Hi, sorry, I got distracted for a second. What I wanted to share was Ashley had sent me a message, and I'm so glad she did. Ashley Wilkins, she was actually number 6. So she's got so much to add and so much to share, but she just sent me a quick message and said, hey, can we touch on this really quick? And I think it's such a good point, and I'm glad she said it, is that, I think a lot of times when you're looking at your chart and you're looking at the volume that you need, maybe you're looking at a Ruby chart and you've had distributors there for a while. And so you have this mindset of, I need volume so I can go Ruby. But one thing that we can forget in this business business is that distributors can bring in volume even more than customers can. And so Brian has said this to me a lot of the time too. He's like, would you rather go and sign 10 customers yourself, or would you rather sign 3 distributors that each sign 6 customers, or 5 distributors that each sign 6 customers? Like, one customer is a one-time sale. A distributor is you now have the opportunity to grow your business within their network as well. Now you've added their network to your business instead of just a one-time sale with a customer. And so if Brian and I sat down at one point with Joel and Steph Dunn, who are the #1 income earners of It Works, and we just had this really raw, real conversation with them. And Joel just said, listen, distributors are what we focus on. We focus on bringing in distributors because that's what grows our business again and again and again. We help people make money, and that helps us grow our income. And so this should be such a driving factor for you going into this new year. Your mantra should be, get good at signing distributors, get good at signing distributors, and then get good at teaching your distributors how to sign their customers. And then as that ripple effect continues, that's where you're truly going to maximize our compensation plan. When you sit down, you look at the money, you look at the compensation plan, that's where it's all hanging out. That's why you can have a lower Ruby paycheck when those distributors are not personally enrolled by you. There's more money when you're bringing people into the business. And so I don't want to get boring on you for a second, but I want to say that because that truly is how this business replaced my husband's income so quickly, because I was bringing in distributors. My team was bringing in distributors, and we were growing our business at a rapid pace. And so make sure that you are getting your 6 customers, get that out of the way as fast as you can. And then you're bringing in distributors and teaching them to get their 6 customers. And if you just got your 6 customers, you can teach somebody else how to get 6 customers. And then that's what you do every single month. The rest of it is all just those daily little tasks that you do. That's a byproduct. Get your interactions done quickly, get your following done quickly, but then be on a mission. How many distributors can I sign up and teach them to be successful? And just keep that as your vision.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, Chelsea, go ahead. Tell us your belief in this business, why it's so big, and leave us with any closing thoughts.
Okay, so I wanted to add something, but obviously my belief in this business is like ridiculous. This business has completely changed my life, you guys. I came in with literally $0 in my bank account. And for those of you that don't know my story, I'm a high school dropout. I have felonies on my record. I have a very, very rocky past. And so if I can be a top distributor enroller and change lives, there's no reason that you can't. And so just go for it, go all in, help other people see what we see in this business, because this business is life-changing, and it's our job to help others change their lives as well. And so anyways, what I wanted to add was just to keep it super simple when talking to people. If I was to tell my 6-year-old when I'm telling these potential distributors, he would understand. And if he couldn't understand, then it's too complicated. And so you don't want to answer a question that's not asked. I have 2 voice messages. I literally have them saved in my voice memos on my phone. And so I forward them. Everybody asks the same question. What is the business and what do I need to do to get started? And so I have those 2 voice messages saved in my voice memos on my phone. I just forward them to them through a text message on my TikTokers. And then I have the 2 voice messages saved in my messenger to myself, so I can just forward those to anybody that asks the same questions, because they literally all ask the same exact question, you guys. It's so simple. Keep it so simple. What do? You know exactly what you do. I just say, I'm the brand rep for an amazing Christian-based health and wellness company. And then I explain a little bit of what I do daily to promote the products. And then they ask me what it takes to get started. It's usually $99, but right now it's only $39, girl. This is the time. And so just explaining what they're getting with that $39. So simple, so simple. Just keep it simple. Don't answer a question that was not asked. And then for sure, voice message, because it took me almost a year in this business to voice message. And I remember that moment whenever signing distributors, it was taking 10 times too long. it shouldn't have been taking that long, you guys. You could cut out so much time and you could seal the deal so much more quickly if you would just voice message. And you can literally practice voice messaging yourself on Messenger. And that's what I did because I wasn't confident at first. It took me a long time to get to where I am now. I was so nervous. I was so shy. I could not speak publicly or speak at all, even on a voice message. So it took a lot of practice, but you just have to do it.
So good. Thank you. All right. Who's next? Katie? Are you with us?
Me. Yes. If my phone cuts out, I'm so sorry. You guys, my parents' internet sucks. Okay. Anyways, I will say just 2 things. Okay. Really quickly. Number 1, I remember when I first started this business and I was scared to sign distributors because I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I haven't been successful yet. Like, I don't know if I can tell somebody else they can be successful. And it's when I caught the vision from somebody else. I watched somebody else tell their story and they had done, like, they had retired themselves, whatever. And I was like, okay, I might not have that story yet, but I can kind of latch onto somebody else's story because they're a real person. And I can talk about their story for a minute until I get to where I'm going. And you guys, then when I retired myself, that was when I got so bold because I knew I'm a real person. Okay. Like, this really retired me from being a hairstylist. I was able to just be so bold because I had that real life experience. But if you don't have that real life experience yet, find somebody's story that you can relate to, you guys, and tell that. Latch on to their belief, latch on to their vision. The other thing that I will say to you is Sarah and Claire and I were having this conversation. I think it was last week. I don't even remember the context of the conversation, but I think Claire was like, I don't know if we should tell people, like, I kind of feel like bad, like I'm like lying, like there's a lot of good companies out there. I don't know if I should say like this is the best company. I said, oh, I say that all the time. I don't know if I should say that. You guys, I will say that. I believe so much in the company that we are in. It is crazy. I will tell anybody out there, I work for the best network marketing company out there. Try me. Find another company that has as godly of a CEO, that has a godly corporate team, that has godly leaders, that has God's hand all over it. Find me another place that you can make this money with this compensation plan, with these leaders, with these people, with this environment, you guys. There is no other. I will say it like till I'm blue in the face because I believe it so much. You guys got to have that level of belief in this business. You have got to have that belief about your CEO, about your company. You guys, this company is the best. And when you're rolling around with that mindset, gosh, people are going to believe you.
Oh my goodness. I mean, yeah, 100%. I believe that. That is so good, Katie. Thank you so much. You guys go get that belief. All right, Linz, close us out, girlfriend.
Oh man, right after Katie, that was so good. Almost actually made me cry a little bit. I love this business so much. Like, guys, I was a nanny and I love my nanny family, but I was waking up at 6:15 to pull my little girl out of bed so that we could go and do someone else's life and do it all for them and fold their laundry and cook their food so I could come back home. And maybe if I met my crazy ex for exchange on time, like I would maybe get home by 7. And so I was over it. And honestly, I didn't know if this would work, but I sure as heck was going to keep trying. And so I just tried. And exactly like Claire said, is like, you want to build that team, you have to get those distributors. And it doesn't, like, even if you don't Cami Pentecost, the daughter's CEO didn't sign a distributor for 6 months. Am I right? And she was the first person to go Black Diamond and make $100,000 a month. And so I was just a girl making maybe $30,000 a year if I was lucky. And I added up my 1099s. And in 3 years, I've made a fourth, 1/4, right? Of $1 million, like $250,000. That is insane. And I didn't go to college. I didn't have options. like this business gives everybody options, and that's what I love. I have a very similar story to Chelsea, and I shouldn't have a lot of things looking really good in my life, and this business was a huge area where I could focus all of that good and all of that positive energy and turn it into something great. And I love to share with people, like, if you don't go and ask, if you don't find those distributors, you could literally, like, if Sarah didn't ask me, I might have never been here. Ashley, number one, might have never been here because she was a girl who stalked me after we went to the same high school. So don't even talk about a saturated market either. Like, we're all in Minnesota here, all of us, our whole team's in Minnesota, and we're still really, really good. And so, yeah, I love this. I love what I do. Katie is right. It is the best. There is no other. Grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. And if it's a distributor problem and growing your team right now, just get confident and just start talking to more people and practice on yourself. Like, practice on your freaking husband. Like, I remember messaging Sarah because I would text her every 5 minutes of the day when I first got started. And I used to think, like, I'll never be that good. How does she come up with these answers so fast? It comes naturally. Like, when you go to your first day of college to get your degree, you're not going to know how to become a doctor the very first day. It takes them 4 years, but we can make more money in a year than they potentially can too. So that's where I would leave that off. Is I love what I do, and I love the opportunity it can give to people who don't think that they're worth anything, because you are.
Wow. Wow. That's so powerful. I hope that no matter what season of your business that you're in right now, if you're hearing these women talk, I hope that you know that you are here on this Zoom, that you're here in this company in Freedom Legacy for such a time as this, and that these girls here, they're changing lives, and that's what you're called to do too. And you're here in order to do that. Bring in those people. Like, I sit here and I look at Lindsay talk, and you guys, nothing fills my heart more. God has given me so many blessings because I stepped out and shared my story, and some, like, Lindsay joined and she's telling the story, and I'm sitting here like crying because God put me here for that. Like, that was who wants that feeling? Who wants to see their little baby Lindsay like killing it on Zoom because they got sweaty and asked her, why haven't you joined this business yet? You guys, seriously, that is the opportunity that you have. You get to change your family's life. That's amazing. Okay, we got that. Check. You're here for that reason. But now it's up to you to change so many other lives. And you do that by believing that you can, by having the confidence, and by going out and doing it. These ladies have showed us how to do that tonight. There is no excuse. Every single one of us has an opportunity to be in top 5 by the end of this year. And I really want to see that happen with all of us. I know it doesn't happen that way, but we're all just going to try, and we can all get there. Let's change a lot of lives. Let's grow Freedom Legacy with people that are ready to leave a legacy of freedom for their families because you went out and made it happen. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being on here, you guys. I appreciate it. Love you all. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.